But I know you went through a tumultuous time,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you went through a dark time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Could you tell us a little about that?
Man, yeah, so it's Olympic year 2021. So yeah, looking back as well, I can pinpoint when stuff started. It was like around COVID.
Mhm.
So obviously, um, yeah. So obviously, the I'll go back like, so I think when it started to really get bad. So Mr. Maguire left. So I had like my little holy trinity of people, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like when I go back, like going back, so like obviously I left my coach, and he was like a big part of my life. Like he was the person who, like, when I was like, because when I first joined the group, my he made me basically be like, if you don't behave, you ain't going track.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I need to behave because like I want to do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I left him, it was like a big thing, because when I moved to America, everyone thought, oh, Matt's gonna go, you know, Matt's gonna do what Matt does.
Yeah.
So, but so and then like he would shield you from everything. So he wasn't like just a coach to me at that time. He was like I wouldn't say a father, because no one's gonna replace your father.
Like a
But
mentor.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had the other three, which is Mr. Maguire, Neil Black, and
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
And then so the first one that Mr. Maguire left UK, and that was hard. But obviously, like, you know what I mean, he had to do, like,
What do you have
that's
to
out of
do?
his control.
Mm.
Um, what happened to Mr. Black? What happened to Mr. Black? You know what I mean? Like, as in, he had to leave UKA, but then he died. Unforeseen circumstances. That hit me hard because I'm the worst texter in the world, but he messaged me and I didn't respond back to him. And I remember when he died, it hit me because I was like, yo.
You look back at that
Yeah, it's
text.
like, yeah, I've still got the text now. Like, oh man, I should have, like, it hit me. 'Cause I was like, I should have replied to him,
Yeah.
because you don't know what's going.
On the other side of the
Yeah, so I
phone.
was like, yo, why didn't I respond to him? Why didn't I talk to him? So that hit me. And then when Lloyd went, boy, that was rough. Like, that was like, in GB, like, all the black kids always were around Lloyd. That was our guy. You know what I mean? Like, Lloyd was just our guy. And you'll never meet a person like him, because he had, like, I remember we went to London. It was my first London Diamond League. He took me to the barbers and we were just chilling. He took me there for 4 hours. He sat with me the whole time, made sure I had a good edge up, because hey, sometimes these barbers push your wig back. But he sat with me the whole time. Like, we were chilling. That was my guy. And like, he was getting ill, but when he went, like, it hit me hard. And then I was like, again, like, it was COVID time, and like, obviously, like, I had people around me, but it was like dark in a sense, because I
Dark. COVID was a depressing time, I think,
yeah,
for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I think for me, kind of what you're saying is, it was hard for me because I retired that year.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I feel like I was able to be me. You know what I mean? Because you always was suppressed, and then probably hearing the bad news
yeah,
after bad news, it kind of hit you and weighed on
yeah.
you.
And then as well, like, I've never really, like, you know, like you said, like, track, you're against the clock. You're not just against the clock on the track. You're on the clock as in retirement. And that was the first time it hit me, like, because you didn't have track. You know what I mean? So I was like,
So you know
yo,
what it looked like. You
yeah,
know
I
what
was
it
like,
felt
yo,
like.
yeah, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, it hit me, like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't have a backup. Like, I was panicking. So I was like, I can't work in America because I didn't have the right visa. I was like, I could go home, but I'm not going home because like I put too much effort in here.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like, I have no experience. So I was panicking. I was like, that was the first time the reality of what the hell am I gonna do post career hit me. And then track on the track wasn't going well. So, and I was getting hurt like all the freaking time. So it was like I was getting punched left, right, and center, like everywhere. Like, and then like obviously I had like a support network, but if you like,
It wasn't like it was at home.
it's not even like it was like at home. Like, as weird as it sounds, with track, like, yes, you have people around you, but really and truly, it's you. Like, it's a lonely sport, and like even when you're at the top, it's still lonely. But when imagine like, okay, like for instance, right now I'm doing well in it, but you have people around, you have all these people that it's this, that, and the other, but really and truly, they're there because you're doing well. So in your back of your mind, it's lonely, and then when it's not going well, it's even quieter because you're just with your thoughts. So imagine like, it's just nothing's going right in your head, and you're already lonely, and you're already in your thoughts. So you just get deeper in your thoughts, and get deeper and deeper and deeper, and then it's a confidence sport as well. You have to have confidence. You can be in the best shape of your life, but if you're not confident in yourself,
It'll show.
It's gonna show. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell fake confidence from a mile away. You know what I mean? And especially like you did 100. So, So when like a guy is in like a 400-meter guy is chill. So like it's not gonna show as much, but you can tell, like, especially in the 100, who's faking it and who's not.
Oh yeah, you can tell in the call room.
Yeah,
you can sit in that call room, look at everybody's face in that call room, and you can see who's confident. Not
exactly. So my confidence wasn't there, and then I had all these things going around me, right? And then I just broke. I just literally broke, and yeah, man. Just
what does that mean? Like, did you feel like when you broke because you was alone, especially in a foreign country, and you had nobody there?
Like I said, I had friends. I had my missus. I had friends. I had people, but it's weird because
you broke here.
Yeah, I broke here and here. Yeah, in a sense, because it's like, and I read something not long ago. It's like depression is like you're in a room full of people, but you're alone. And I genuinely felt that, like, as in like I had so many people around me, but I was alone. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So came to track. I didn't care about track in a sense because my people who were there were gone, and I'm going to the track trying to do what I'm doing, but it's not going right. Like, for the first time in my life, track was hard, and track's never been hard. That was the one thing in my life that was the most consistent thing, was that it was so easy that I could. I just told you I was eating muffins running 44. So I was like, yo, I'm doing the right things. Why the fuck is it so hard? Yeah. I ran 46 for the first time. No, I ran 46 for one of the first times in my life. I was spewing my guts, being sick, and this, that, and the other. I was confused. I was like, why does it hurt more running this time than it does running 44? Like, and again, respectfully toward the athletes who beating me, like, I was losing the people who I knew I should have beat. You know what I mean? And like my last race of that season, 2021, because like I made the Olympic around 45.5, but I didn't do the individual because, again, GB
politics.
Yeah, politics. They didn't take me for the individual. They took me for the relay, and then I was hurt. I was going through what I was going through, like because obviously, again, being in the UK, God bless that you have the NHS, so you have free healthcare. So when I did what I did, right, I had to go to the hospital, and they tried to send me to the madhouse. They tried to keep me in there for God knows how many days, and I told this one woman, because I was like, "You're not sending me to the madhouse," you know what I mean? I was like literally fighting.
So they thought you was crazy because you tried to.
Yeah, I tried to take my life. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I was like, because I knew, but this ain't free.
Right.
So they're making me stay longer, and because I took pills, because I couldn't get a gun. You know what I mean? I knew they say it's easy to get a gun in the US. It's not that easy, because if you're a US citizen, oh yeah, but I'm not a US citizen, so
it was hard.
You know what I mean? And honestly, if I did have one, I probably wouldn't be. But like, I did the pills, so, and honestly, don't do it. If you're gonna do what you're gonna, like, if you're in that place, honestly, it's not worth it, because
Like,
that
thank
shit.
God you didn't do
Yeah,
it.
but that shit hurts. You know what I mean? And like,
You had to get like your stomach pumped or anything?
yeah. Like I was on IV, my stomach, they had put me in ECG. All these things cost. ECG, you name it. I have like a regular heartbeat as well. So my heart was like, it was like going through it because obviously you're taking that many pills and you pass. Yeah.
So it's all working double
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And then obviously I got discharged and I was like, so how much is it gonna cost? Oh, you're good, you're good. I was like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. But at that time as well, I thought I was insured through my federation. I had no insurance. So I was like, all right, cool. Because when I rang them, they were like, oh, you don't have insurance? I was like, they were like, no. I was like, it's like, can you handle it? I was like, well, I'm gonna have to now, aren't I? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I got my first bill. Boom. Saw it. I was like, okay, it's not that bad. All right, cool, paid it. Got my second one, then my third one, then my fourth one. It just kept racking. So imagine like 2021, I like did what I did. I had a shitload of debt on my back. I had still those thoughts in my head. And like I'll go into the line knowing I'm not cool, but then I had a contract to fulfill as well, because what people don't realize, like when you're signed, that's not really like, yeah, it's your money, but the whole point of a contract is for you technically not to fulfill your contract. You know what I mean? They make sure like
we paying you for what you're about to do, not what you've already done.
Exactly.
So
you know
let's
what I mean?
do this.
You're like, oh yeah, I've got easy time bonus. Yeah, that's because they you have time bonuses because they don't want you to achieve those times. Like, and it's a business. Like, you gotta understand that as well. You know what I mean? They're not gonna give you free money. You know what I mean?
Nobody's giving free money.
Exactly. So, like, if you're not performing, you're getting cut. And I knew that in the back of my mind. So I was like, if I don't make my money, I ain't gonna pay my bills. So I was like, crap, I gotta make my money somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then the debt collector's gonna come. I'm going on the line thinking, shit, how am I gonna pay for this? And then I'm not doing well. So you're already going in. It's like a spiral effect. So like, it was a bad year, and I quit.